Hablamos con el presidente de los College Republicans y con uno de los miembros de los College Democrats, que son las organizaciones estudiantiles de los demócratas y de los republicanos aquí en la Universidad de Washington en St. Louis. Donald Trump tiene solamente el 20% del apoyo de los millennials y de los hispanos millennials el 15%. Continúa la investigación de la posible interferencia de Rusia en las elecciones presidenciales y hoy le tocó el turno a Jeff Sessions, quien no reveló mucha información. Bueno, desde el día que lanzó su candidatura en junio del 2015 se ha metido con los musulmanes, se ha metido con los latinos, con los políticos, hasta con el propio presidente Obama. Entonces nuestro equipo de gráficos recopiló toda esta lista de... It was Ravi Ravir's job to help immigrants fight deportation, but now he's the one who needs the help. Will Arteaga is one of the more than 2 million who have left Venezuela in recent years, but his story is unique. New York Fashion Week kicks off this Thursday, but there's another side of fashion that would not be seen on the runway. If you're one of the commuters who walk through the Oculus transportation hub near World Trade, you'll catch a 26-foot installation of recycled clothing that is meant to inspire people to donate their clothes instead of throwing them away.
It's really eye-catching for one. I didn't quite know what it was when I first saw it. I actually have been donating clothes for years now. Makes me feel good about what I've been doing, but maybe I need to step it up a little bit more.
The installation is a collaboration between Unilever, a company that sells deodorants, and Savers, a national thrift shop based in Seattle.
Any clothing donations today and tomorrow? Isn't it amazing?
Well, it's perfect in that it gives everyone an opportunity to stop and think about their clothing choices, about what happens to it once we're done with it.
It piqued my curiosity, and then as I got closer, it represents what we're living today, you know? I mean, I think there is something to be said about recycling and just sustainability, and there's a big movement going on.
Around 10.5 million tons of clothes are discarded every year because of tears or stains. The Environmental Protection Agency estimates that recycling textiles would be the equivalent of taking 1.3 million cars off the road. The Star Wars clothing will stand for 48 hours. It's made of 2,600 pieces of used clothes that will be sold online and in Saver stores. Anneke, Columbia News. New neighbors are expected in this upscale Midtown Manhattan neighborhood. The former Park Savoy Hotel on 58th Street is being converted into a shelter for 150 homeless men. It will be across the street from Trump Park and just behind the city's most expensive building, 157. Not everyone is putting out the welcome mat.
It's a burden. It's a tax. It's an emotional, physical tax on the neighborhood.
This facility is part of Mayor Bill de Blasio's promise to open 90 new shelters across the city by 2022. The shelter would cost the city around $60 million and would be run by a nonprofit called WestHap.
The plan is 90 shelter facilities. Some will be purpose-built, some will be conversion of existing buildings.
I would prefer it in another neighborhood, but it has to go somewhere, so here it is.
In a statement to Columbia News, Homeless Services United said there is no evidence that shelters negatively impact communities in terms of crime or other issues. Such predictions are grounded in fear of the unknown and lack of familiarity with how well-run shelters operate. The homeless are also concerned about crime.
I left the shelter because I got robbed like 5 times in the shelter system.
There are more than 70,000 homeless people in New York City. There has been a nearly 40% increase in people living in the streets in the past year, according to the city's Department of Homeless Services.
You know, I do see a number of homeless people in and around, more than I've seen. I've lived here for 30 years.
As the city works out contract details, the shelter is expected to open in the next few months. Anneke, Columbia News Now.